Hey guys, today I'm coming at you with another book haul. I recently realized that the last time I did a book haul was right after Christmas, and since Christmas, the number of books that I have bought is actually a little disturbing because I'm coming at you with like nearly 20 books, which is more than I've ever hauled on this channel ever in my entire life. Now granted, a few of these are library books, 2 of them are coloring books, and some of them are ones that I mentioned in the last video that hadn't come in yet, so I just wanted to show them to you. So I guess it's not that bad, but still, there's a ton of books. So we have to get started right now. The first books I'm going to be hauling today are my coloring books, and the first one I got is the Harry Potter coloring book. And guys, I'm so excited to color this one. I started coloring one of the pictures already, but there's like beautiful, beautiful, awesome pages to color, and it's gonna be amazing. So if you're a fan of adult coloring books and you want to see some of my completed pictures, let me know and I'll Instagram them or something. But I'm really excited for the Harry Potter coloring book. And the second coloring book that I got is called The Time Garden by Daria Song. And it's kind of like a storybook, and it has kind of like a descriptive story in it before the pages and pages of pictures, and then at the end it wraps it up. That's what drew me to this book the most, was that it wasn't just a bunch of pictures slapped together. There seemed to be like a progression of time throughout these pictures, which is really unique, and I haven't seen an adult coloring book like that before. The next 4 books are the books that I mentioned in my last book haul, and now they've come in, and I just wanted to quick show you guys them before moving on to other books that I purchased, since I didn't technically haul them. The first one is The True Story of Hansel and Gretel by Louise Murphy. This is set during World War II in Poland, and what happened was these 2 kids were forced to go into the woods, and they had to change their names, otherwise it would give away their ethnicity. So they changed them to Hansel and Gretel. It's a story of war, it's historical fiction, and I think that it'll be something really dark that will interest me, so that's why I picked it up. Next, of course, is A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. I've mentioned before that I have a hardcover version of this book, but I really wanted the mass market paperback just because it's so much smaller and easier to carry around with me when I do decide to pick this one up, and I'll be picking it up sometime this year probably. The next one is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and I really am not that sure what this book is about, except I know that it involves time travel, and there's a TV show, takes place in Scotland, and everyone is raving about it. So I decided that I kind of wanted to pick this one up and give it a try. I got it for really cheap, and I hope to be getting to this one sometime this year too. And the last one is I Am the Messenger by Markus Zusak, who is the writer of The Book Thief, in case you don't know. And I really don't remember what this book is about. I read it in high school. It was one of my most favorite books when I was 16 or 17, and I never owned it, so I wanted to have my own copy of it. So I'll definitely be rereading this one again because I don't remember it at all. I just know that I really liked it. So I hope that that opinion holds true so many years later. Okay, now on to other books I bought, starting with an entire series because I'm actually insane, and it is the entirety of the Twilight series. I did own all of these books. I have read all of these books and seen the movies, but somewhere along the line I didn't have the books anymore, and I've been thinking about this series a lot and actually been wanting to give it a reread, so I thought, what the heck, I'll just purchase all of them. Next is one that I talked about a lot, and I did a book review on it, and it is Poison Study by Maria Lee Snyder. This is by far my favorite book that I've read so far this year. I know it's early in the year, but I absolutely loved this book. I'm so excited to continue on with this series, and if you want to know more about my thoughts and feelings on this book, make sure to check out my book review that I will leave linked somewhere. It's an awesome book. Definitely recommend that everyone picks it up. Then I got The 10th Circle by Jodi Picoult. I love Jodi Picoult books. I don't really know too much about this book except the synopsis sounded really interesting to me. I really love all of Jodi Picoult's books. I have a couple of hers. They never disappoint me. They always leave me feeling smarter, and they usually deal with moral issues, which I find really interesting as well. I also got Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I have been wanting to pick this up for a while, ever since I heard Lindsay over at Lindsay Ray talk about this book, and I've been hearing such amazing things. But then the movie trailer came out, and of course all of the books flew off the shelves, and so I've been searching and searching for them. Finally, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to wait anymore, so I just went to Barnes & Noble, bought it full price, and I'm happy to have it. Also, when I was at Barnes & Noble yesterday, I made an impulse buy and got An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir because I didn't know that it came out in paperback, and for some reason I just have a deep love for paperback books. I thought that the hardcover for this was absolutely stunning, but when I saw the paperback I was like, nah, I can't pass that up. I haven't even really been too interested in picking this book up, so it is an extreme impulse buy for me. So leave me some reasons why I should pick this up down below in the comments and try to convince me to read it sooner rather than later, because I don't want to start that trend. I also decided to pick up Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. This book is so pretty because the text is different colors and there's illustrations in it as well. And I guess it's about a girl who realizes that she can talk to one of her favorite characters in a book, and then he comes out of the book and they start dating or something. I don't know. It sounds really weird but really cute. And like I said, Jodi Picoult is one of the authors that I always purchase, and I have been wanting to check this one out for a while, but I wanted to have my own copy of it, and now I do. So I don't know when I'm gonna be reading it, but I will be reading this one, duh. Speaking of authors who I buy all of their books, I also got Landline by Rainbow Rowell, and thus completed all of my Rainbow Rowell collection. That's right, I own every single one of her books now, and I'm not even sorry. I just love her style of writing so much. I didn't even really like this book, but I wanted to add it to my collection, and when I'm ready, I'll have it. So that's fine, right? And I also got Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella. I loved Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella, and I know that she mainly writes a lot of adult novels. I don't know what it's about. It sounds really interesting, like it's gonna be a really fun read, and I love Sophie Kinsella's writing style, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Also at Target, I picked up Lost and Found by Brooke Davis. This is about a little girl who gets left at a department store by her mother, and then she meets this elderly couple and they go on a journey to try to find Millie's mother, and it just sounded so fun and unique that I wanted to get it and give it a try. So I did. And the last one I purchased was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I'm so excited to read this. I've heard a lot of amazing things about it, and I've also heard that there may or may not be a sequel in the works for this, which made me want to pick it up even more. It's obviously won a lot of different awards, which is an added plus, and yeah, I think that it's going to be a really interesting read. And as if I needed any more books, I have a few from the library. The first one is The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield, and I guess it's about a reporter who's going to interview an old author or something. I've heard a lot of interesting things about it. I thought I might want to give it a try, so I decided to get it from the library instead of purchasing it, just in case it's not really my taste, but it sounds really interesting, and the cover is really pretty because it has books on it, and books are always really pretty. And the last book I'm hauling today is A Stolen Life by J.C. Dugard. If you don't know this story, this girl was abducted on her way to or from school when she was 9 years old, and then held in captivity for like 20 years or something. It was crazy, like it was craziness. I remember it being on the news and everything. I've been wanting to read this book, and in one of my college classes I have to do a book report where I read a book about someone who grew up in a life different from your own, and this was one of the ones on the list. So I was like, yeah, because it just gives me an excuse to read this really bizarre but interesting book about something that I remember happening. So that's always exciting too. And those are all the books that I'm hauling. There's so many, I honestly can't even believe it. I don't even have my coloring books up there, they're right down there, because these books are taking up so much space. There's 21 books. I cannot even believe that. This is definitely the biggest haul that I've ever done, and it kind of freaks me out a little bit because of how much money I've spent on these books. But let me just tell you, I got the majority of these books from thriftbooks.com. It's the best book buying website that I have found thus far. There's tons of different titles and you get them for super cheap, and then you get free shipping on orders over $10 in the US. This is hashtag not sponsored. I just want to spread the word about thrift books to the entire world because they honestly are the best site that I have ever found in my entire life, and I'm so obsessed with getting books from this website. So let me know if you have read any of the books that I just hauled. Let me know what you thought about them down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!